JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now onto the news.
Sir, come here. Sir, come here. Sir, come here. I can do this. Listen to me now.
Can I have my money, sir?
We can do this all day.
Can I have my money, sir?
No. Yes, we are going to the station. No. I'm taking you to the station. I'm taking you to the station. I gave you a sting there. Come here, man. I gave you a sting there. It's license. The receipt, man.
No, sir. I sent child
Where's the receipt?
and I have to leave for that.
What am I going to say that for?
Yeah, man. To verify.
No, I have to verify that is my money. And the receipt verify that is my money.
And
The
I
receipt
have to
from
say-
First Global Bank. Well, this man, I'm going to drive my money.
You want me to say it again?
This is my money.
You want me to say it again?
What is it?
Or you want me to tell you on social media?
Tell me.
You made a statement that I should make sure all of your money.
Badadon shot dead in Old Harbour. The Old Harbour community in St. Catherine was shaken last night after 43-year-old Oris Frankson, otherwise called Badadon, was gunned down along East Street. Frankson, a labourer of Smith Avenue in the town, was reportedly walking along the roadway about 7 p.m. when he was ambushed by a man dressed in a dark-coloured hoodie. According to police reports, the gunman approached Frankson from behind, pulled a gun and opened fire, hitting him multiple times. Frankson fell to the ground, after which the attacker allegedly stood over him and fired additional shots. The assailant then fled the scene in a waiting Toyota Axie motor car which sped away. Residents alerted the police, who arrived to find Frankson lying on the ground suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was assisted to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigators say no motive has yet been established for the killing. The Old Harbour Criminal Investigation Branch has since launched a probe. Driver killed, another injured in two-vehicle Sligoville crash. A two-vehicle collision along the Sligoville main road in St. Catherine on Monday has left one driver dead and another injured. The deceased has been identified as 39-year-old Alicia Waysome of Linstead, St. Catherine. According to reports, about 5:15 p.m., Waysome was driving a 2010 Honda Fit motor car when she lost control of the vehicle and crashed into a Toyota Corolla traveling along the roadway. The impact left both vehicles badly damaged and caused injuries to both drivers. They were rushed to hospital, where Waysome was pronounced dead. The Sligoville police are carrying out investigations into the crash. M16 rifle seized in Portsmouth man escapes. The St. Catherine South police seized a loaded M16 rifle during an operation in Portsmouth, Portmore on Monday afternoon. According to reports, around 2:55 p.m., a police team was on patrol along Western Parade when they observed a man walking along the roadway. On seeing the lawmen, the man allegedly dropped a bag and ran, managing to escape. The bag was retrieved, and inside, the police found the high-powered rifle along the magazine containing 7 5.56 rounds of ammunition. No arrest has been made in connection with the seizure. Investigators say the probe is ongoing. Toddler electrocuted in Westmoreland. Grief has gripped the Nile district in Westmoreland after a 3-year-old boy was electrocuted at his home on Monday. The deceased has been identified as Tamani Flemings. Reports from the police are that around 9 a.m., the child came into contact with electric wires that were lying on the ground in his yard. He was rushed to the Savlamar Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The Savlamar Criminal Investigation Branch has since launched a probe into the incident. Kojak, one of Sentan's most wanted, charged for 2016 murder. After being in the run for years, Dwayne Christie, otherwise called Kojak, one of Sentan's most wanted, has been charged for the 2016 shooting death of a man following a fight at a shop in Davistown, Cascade. Christie, who on Sunday surrendered to the police in the presence of his attorney, was charged on Monday with murder, illegal possession of a firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition. His court date is being finalized. The 41-year-old construction worker of Jackshill, St. Andrew, is charged in connection with the shooting murder of Ronald Gale in Davistown, Cascade, St. Anne on Friday, September 16, 2016. The allegations are that Christie and Gale were at a shop in Davistown when an argument developed between them. The argument escalated into a physical altercation. It is alleged that Christie left the area but later returned with a gun which he used to shoot Gale, killing him. It was subsequently listed by the police as wanted as they probed the incident. After being on the run, Christie turned himself into the police on Sunday, September 21. He was charged the following day. St. Elizabeth businessman charged with fraud of a car deal. A 29-year-old St. Elizabeth businessman has been charged with fraudulent conversion in connection with the failed vehicle purchase arrangement in St. James. The accused, Jermaine Stewart of Santa Cruz, allegedly entered into an agreement with a woman to buy a Toyota seizure on her behalf for $1 million. Police reports indicate that she deposited $800,000 into Stewart's account. Stewart later claimed he had purchased the vehicle and the promised delivery on Tuesday, July 1. However, the car was never delivered. Days later, he reportedly told the complainant that the vehicle had been sold to someone else and that he would refund the money. Repeated attempts to recover the funds were unsuccessful, leading the woman to report the matter to the police. Stewart was subsequently arrested after being identified and a later charged following an interview. A court date is being finalized. Jamaican man deported by the U.S. to Eswatini is back home. Minister of Foreign Affairs Commissioner Johnson Smith says a Jamaican man who was deported by the U.S. to Eswatini is now back home in Jamaica. Orville Etoria was deported to Eswatini in July and held in a maximum security prison in the African nation for more than 7 weeks without charge. On Monday evening, Johnson Smith said the Jamaican government was pleased to welcome Etoria back home and urged Jamaicans to respect his desire for a quiet return.
We are pleased to welcome home Mr. Etoria, and we trust the Jamaican public understands and joins the government in respecting his desire for a quiet return. We reaffirm that the well-being of Jamaicans overseas is a constant priority for the government of Jamaica, and note that this case is another example of the importance of international cooperation and the role of our diplomatic network in protecting the rights of Jamaicans overseas. We are grateful to the government of Eswatini for its cooperation in this matter and for the duty of care it has exercised. We also thank the IOM, the International Organization for Migration, for its direct support and commend our High Commission in Pretoria for their hands-on engagement. Together, our combined efforts ensured Mr. Etoria's safe return.
Etoria was the first of at least 20 deportees sent by the U.S. to various African nations in the last 2 months to be identified publicly. The deportations are part of the Trump administration's largely secretive third country program to crack down on immigration. The 62-year-old Etoria was convicted of a serious crime in the U.S. in 1997 and was released on prison parole in 2021, the New York-based Legal Aid Society said in a statement. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security said in a post on X that Etoria had been convicted of murder. The Legal Aid Society said the U.S. government had falsely claimed that Jamaica refused to accept him back. Homeland Security, when announcing the deportation of a total of 5 men to Eswatini in mid-July, claimed they were so uniquely barbaric that their home countries refused to take them back. Homeland Security said at the time the men were dangerous criminals from Jamaica, Cuba, Vietnam and Yemen, but didn't identify them by name. Sharp drop in murders across St. James and Westmoreland. Latest crime figures on the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF show a major decline in murders across St. James and Westmoreland up to September 20, 2025. The two parishes have recorded a combined 104 fewer murders compared to the same period in 2024. In St. James, 43 murders have been reported since the start of the year, a 57% reduction. Shootings are also down 54%, while rape has fallen by 46%. However, break-ins and robberies have surged, climbing 25% and 119% respectively. Westmoreland has recorded 27 murders so far this year, compared to 74 in 2024. Westmoreland has recorded 27 murders so far this year, compared to 74 in 2024, a 64% decrease. Shootings and rape have also declined sharply, while break-ins and robberies remain largely unchanged. Nationally, St. Andrew South leads the country with 59 murders, down from 75 last year. Portland has the lowest tally with 9, up by 1 compared to 2024. St. James has recorded 13 murders, 2 fewer than the previous year. Overall, murders across the island have dropped by 41%, with 500 cases reported between January 1 and September 20. This represents 345 fewer killings than the 845 reported during the same period last year. Minister of National Security and Peace, Dr. Horace Chang, has expressed optimism that Jamaica could record fewer than 700 murders by year-end if the downward trend continues.
When we look at the numbers, it is remarkable. We have moved from not only is the public discourse significant to reduce, there seems to be a problem in my own parish, ordinary water, not murders. When I look at the numbers, we start off at getting under 1,000, then we look at 800. The professors say when we get to 800, we can reduce the retaliation significantly and therefore get a kind of rapid fall until we get to that number. But we are already moving below that. I looked at the numbers. I said we could in fact get under 700. We have been averaging below 60 homicides per month, and that would put us below 700, just below it if we keep at that rate.
Police detained 21 Haitians who arrived in Jamaica by boat on Monday. The police have detained 21 Haitian nationals who arrived by boat in the northeastern Jamaican parish of Portland on Monday. The Haitians reportedly arrived around 1 p.m. It's reported that 15 men, 4 women and 2 girls were captured in Mansion Hill. This is the latest batch of Haitians into Jamaica by boat as their country grapples with deepening security and political crises. Haiti has been subjected to years of violence as powerful armed groups, often with ties to the country's political and business leaders, vie for influence and control of territory. Efforts to stem the deadly gang attacks, including the deployment of a UN-backed Kenya-led police mission, have so far failed to restore stability. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.